Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at this quick and clever instant cards book by Julie Hickey. It says over 100 fast to make handmade designs and ideas. Now, we're going to do a flip through of the book kinda, but I just want to point out how old this book is first of all. If it's in here, this book has a copyright date of 2005, okay? So in 2005, I was not paper crafting. I was crocheting and making jewelry, okay? So I want to just share with you some of the old school things that we still use and that some companies have tried to bring back and refashion, okay? So on here it tells you to get organized. It says the key to instant cards is to prepare in advance and collect the tools, equipment, and materials you need for the type of cards you want to make. That is so true, and that is the prep work. It says get ready. Now, if you notice, it shows you all the stuff that we have on hand. It has some glue, ruler, measuring board, some tape, glue, the zig two-way, which I cannot find anywhere. I'm going to need that shortly. And then it has various paper trimmers. This looks like a rotary. I don't know what that one is. And then it's a guillotine. But look at this. And I keep telling people, like I have one. So because I don't know or didn't know what I was doing at the very beginning of my paper crafting journey, I bought one of these. I just have this. I don't have any boards to go with it. So I have that. I have some of these and I have this. But you see this Sizzix right here? This little red sidekick. I keep telling people that they've brought it back and they've made it a different color. And now since Mr. Holtz is saying it's an awesome project, it's an awesome little thing to carry around, everyone's like, yeah, let me get a brown sidekick. Well, I have the red one already and I don't have any blades. Any boards to go with it. So just keep that in mind. They also have, which a lot of people have ditched theirs, but I didn't, these funny cutting scissors. The only thing about those is that you have to be very precise when you're using those scissors. And then they have this sticker maker. I'm going to do some sticker making shortly. And then all of this cool stuff over here. All the types of adhesives. So that's something that you need to be aware of. And it says position design elements. Okay, that is something that we should be well into. And they have die cutouts and different papers and things like this. So this is very fun. I don't own this book. This is a book I checked out from the library that has been rechecked out because I hadn't had any time to do it, but I just felt that I would do it today. And so right here, these are brads and eyelets. So this is probably before the crocodile came about. And then I have some of these exact paper cutters in my supply. I really want to make this, look at this. Look at that lady. Like that stamp. I want to make this witch card, but I can't because I don't have that witch and I don't want to do all that other stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip through this book really quickly, and it tells you all kinds of cool things to do. Like this is really cool. It's the number 18, but it's a card, so that's cool. If you have a number and you see how they have the 18s punched out, very, very nice. I only have some random paper over here, so I can't do much. But what I think I'm going to do, because I do have I have some type of paper punch over here. It's a stop sign or a hexagon. So we may use that one to do. I like this one a lot. So cool. Very good for masculine cards because it's not a lot of men related cards, a lot of masculine cards out here. That's Waldo's cousin. This is cool. I have this right here. Very easy to do. These little gift boxes. I really like this dress. She's sassy. And they are doing some watercoloring with that. So we're going to try this project, just not with this exact stamp. So this is the project. It's called Coming of Age. That's the project that we're going to be using. So I need to find some stamps. And you see how they have this background stamping going on? that's what I'm kind of into now, thanks to NYX and that beautiful stamp that she got for me. I've been really wanting to try to do some background stamping, and I haven't been able to master it the way I feel like I should. So we're going to make a project like this. So let's go ahead and get started. I need to grab some supplies. I don't know what I'm going to be using, but I do know that I need to have 2 items that are similarly related to each other. So if I get, for example, if I was to do a Christmas themed, because I still have my Christmas stuff out, even though you're probably seeing this way after Christmas. If I was to do this stamp, like this could be the background stamp, and then maybe Santa could be the focal point. But if you notice, these are smaller stamps and this is a larger stamp. So that is something that we really should keep in mind when we're doing this. I am not going to be doing any type of watercoloring. I'm going to pull out 2 different colors of ink and we're going to go from there. So let's get started. You're probably saying, please don't use craft. No, we're not going to use craft today. We're going to use this like hot pink color. Hopefully it works out for me. This was at my desk. I did not feel like getting up and digging through a box that I shouldn't be digging through. I really need to just stop crafting until I move. But if I don't craft, I think I might go crazy. So we're going to use this lady. I think she's a graphic 45 stamp from, I think Hampton Heart does this. And then this, we're going to use this flower. Kind of don't match, but kind of does. And I don't have my smaller block. I'm going to use this. I cannot get this clean. So we're going to put that right there. No, we're not. We're going to put it at the top. At the top, and then we're going to go around like that. I have some Hero Arts red ink. I don't think it's going to work. But we're going to see. No, it's dry. This old school look. But we're going to see. I don't think that's working. No, it's not. And I probably shouldn't use red anyway. Only because, yeah. So, you're pulling out a lot of junk to not have to be moving, huh? We're going to try and use this Stampin' Up! Real Red. I'm not sure if it's still working or not, but we're going to see. All right. And I'm not even sure if this red is going to show up properly on this pink paper like I'm hoping it will, but we'll see. We will see. Let's see. And the beauty about, for me, the reason why I like background stamping is that's beautiful. Very nice. Is that it does not have to be on the paper. You don't have to stamp it perfectly. You need to have a full coverage, but it doesn't have to be on the paper. And I am not going to cheat myself or you all. I want to stamp around the whole entire thing as best as I can. Do you like flowers? Flower stamping projects, I guess I should say. Because I do. I think they're really cool. And I am looking at the reference. Not that I need it, because it's pretty basic. But I am looking at the reference. This Stampin' Up! Ink that I got, the Real Red, I got it in the stash. And it's pretty juicy still, which is cool. I'm always nervous that the stuff that I buy in a D-stash won't work because I don't use it right away. I kind of let it sit and fester and marinate. But it worked. And now what I need to do is figure out how I'm going to get this thing on here, this lady. So give me a second to figure that out. So the one thing I told you to do at the very beginning of this video is to get all your stuff prepared, and I didn't do that because, you know, I'm a little bit off. But we're going to be using this purple or violet, and we're going to do it like that. The one thing that we're not going to do is we're not going to create a mat. So I'm just going to stamp her directly onto there. But I do want to start practicing that. I just kind of feel weird not, I don't know, not using all of the stuff. Doing a little bit of generation stamping over there. And I'm just going to stamp her out first. And I'm using black. I'm going to use black. And let's try this Memento Tuxedo black ink. Make sure she's down. Sometimes I feel like just taking my stamps to the sink and washing them with soap and water. I know that's probably a big no-no in the stamping and paper crafting community. But that is definitely what I feel like doing sometimes. So now the problem that we're about to run into is that I didn't use any type of stamping assistant. So I need to make sure this thing is full coverage. Super full coverage. And I may have to actually stand up and apply this on so it's done properly. The one thing that I'm going to do once I get the stamp on, I'm going to cut a sliver, a small sliver off. Alright, so we're going to go right here. Yay. And I'm going to rub this baby. Because if it doesn't come out properly, and I just raised it up, but if it doesn't come out properly, then we'll be scrapping this project and having to start over. Okay. And sometimes this lady is difficult to apply anyway. So let's see. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's so pretty. This lady is so super sassy. I like looking at those. I like some of the vintage stamps. I shouldn't say all of them, because you all know how I feel about old-timey black and white pictures. But look at her. She came out wonderful. And I have a mission. I cannot tell you all the mission, because then you would know my mission. But I have a mission for the new year, and I just need to make sure that I accomplish it. If you don't have a Fiskars paper trimmer, I endorse it. It's a super awesome paper trimmer. It cuts like butter. I've stacked a few pages on, probably shouldn't have done that, and it cut no problem. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull out our, I guess we're going to just use our tape runner for this. Now this is when that matting or that measuring tool that Wonder and Dreamer 555 sent me in my D-stash, that would be perfect to place these stamps, this stamped image in the perfect spot. But I will tell you that if you don't have that and you have a ruler, like you see, you can use your lines as your guide. So, you know, each one of these is an inch apart. And this is a little bit bigger. This is 4 by 5.5, I think. No, let me see what size this is. This is 5.5 by 8.5. So this is a 5.5. So if you had to, you know, measure it out properly, you could. But also what you could do, and I haven't been doing it, is just taking a pencil. Something very simple. You know, take your pencil, find out where you want it to go, where you think it looks right at, because this card is so pretty. I didn't think it was going to come out this great, in my opinion. I'm biased, of course. And you have to be careful. I just rub my face. I have a oily, but this this piece of paper kind of picks up fingerprints, so you got to be careful with that. I was thinking, did I want to round the edges, but I don't. I want to leave it just like that. And just put a little tick mark as to where you need your paper to go. And you can always erase that tick mark, or you can leave it. I mean, no one's going to know besides anyone that views this video and myself. I don't think the people that I send these cards to pick the stuff apart that much. Of course, Crafter's going to look at it and say, oh, this is this, and she used this. But for the most part, I don't think people are picking things apart like, oh, I would have did this and I would have did that, because that's not really what crafters do. Unless you're judging that person's craft, if you need to judge, you're not judging just because you're judging it, I should say. Okay, so now you just find your line that you created, and voila, there you have it. It's still crooked because the bottom is off a little bit. But there you have it. All right. I'm just going to rub this down, braid, varnish it down, not braid, varnish it down. And there you have it. Let me see. I have another video I just finished making. And you see how when you rub that on, it kind of gets like that. So I may have to end up, it's crooked. It is crooked. Okay, so I fixed it. So I pulled up some of this ink right there, and I'm going to fix that. I think I'm going to fix it. I'm going to try and fix it by adding something there. Okay, so I cut myself trying to get the shank off this button, because I was going to put the button right there, and then I was like, okay, I can just get this one. Yep. So I'm going to just use some ribbon. And I was thinking I can use this right here on here, just like that. The thing is, I don't want to make it a frame. I don't want to frame it, so I need to put it across the bottom just like that. And so that is how you can hide some of your accidents, so that you can salvage your project. Because even though it is just paper, sometimes you put a lot of work into that paper. And I'm not bleeding, so it's okay, but I did cut myself. So I'm going to take some red line tape. No, I'm going to take some tear tape, because the red line tape was too wide across there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tear tape, and I'm just going to run a line right over my oopsie, and then put the ribbon down. This is taking me a lot longer than I really wanted it to. But that's what happens when you try to do perfect cards and you make mistakes, I guess. Like I said, nothing handmade is perfect. Ever. Ever. Even for the person that does the most. Quality craftsmanship is something always going to be a little bit off on their card to them, which probably drives them insane. Alright, so we went from simple to being stressed out about it, but now we're back at simple, because this was fairly easy to make, in my opinion. I hope you've enjoyed this cool, crazy video that we have made. So let me know what you think about it in the comments. Do you make cards like this? Do you make intricate cards, or do you make easy peasy cards? So again, even though we went off the trail a lot. This is our inspiration page. It's called Coming of Age, and they do a lot of watercoloring, I guess. I'm not sure what that stuff is, but it's Quick and Clever Instant Cards by Julie Hickey. You probably can check this out from your library. This is a UK book, I believe. I shouldn't say UK, but I believe that it is a UK creator, because it says the website is davidandcharles.co.uk. It was published in the UK and then redistributed in the States. So that is something to keep in mind. I do love looking at creative minds from across the globe. Anyway, I've talked way too long for a one card video. Thank you all for watching. Happy crafting.